In the last few years, there's been an explosion of different types of methods for toning the skin in Korea, as well as heaps of different products to support them. Today, I'm going to share the 3 top trending toning methods in Korea right now, how to do them, and which products you can use for them. Welcome to the Korean Beauty Show, where we're talking all things Korean skincare, makeup, and more. If you want to learn about the hottest trending products and ingredients straight from South Korea, then this is the podcast for you. Each week, we'll be diving in to take a look at the latest trends, as well as all the tips and tricks you need to perfect your K-beauty routine. I'm your host, Lauren Lee, professional K-beauty expert and founder of Korean beauty platform Style Story. Toner is known by a couple of different names in Korea: skin, toner, softener, and even booster. And the trends have included everything from the 7 skins method, which many of you will already have heard of, to a few newer methods like Ducktale and Chap To. So today I want to explore the 3 methods of toning your skin that are really popular in Korea at the moment. But before I get into today's episode, a quick hello to those listeners who are joining us for the first time. I'm your host, Lauren Lee, and I'm a fluent Korean speaker who lives in Seoul, South Korea. The sponsors of today's episode are Style Story. You'll find them at www.stylestory.com.au for all your K-beauty needs. So one of the hottest trends that has emerged in Korean skincare in the last few years is the 7 skins method. And it is a unique method that involves layering your toner for more hydrated looking skin. So today I'm going to talk about that method, which I think a lot of people are probably familiar with to some level, as well as some of the newer ones that I must confess, one of them I hadn't even heard of. So the 7 skins method, to start off with, is basically an additional step in your skincare routine that involves applying a moisturizing toner in 7 thin layers, and that's why you get the name 7 skins. So I know there are obviously seven layers of toner sounds like a lot, and another popular method that a lot of celebrities have been doing lately is the 3 skins method, and that's basically just shortening it down to 3 layers of toner instead of 7. But if you haven't heard of this before, you might be like, why do we need multiple layers of toner anyway? So the simple reason is it's designed to deeply hydrate the skin and seal in the new added hydration at the end with an occlusive barrier like a moisturizer. So if you're doing this method, then a lot of people will skip out on the products that normally come afterwards in your skincare routine, like, for example, essence and serum, and that's because you don't really need them. Your skin will already be hydrated enough. So the reason it's referred to as skins rather than toner is just that a lot of products in Korea, a lot of toning products in Korea are still called skins. So that's just one of the many names that you will see toner being called in Korea. So I will go into a little bit more detail about how you can actually do this and which toners are perfect to use for the 7 skins method. But first, if you would like to try out Jellicoe's brand new Bubble Tea Steam Cream, which is a hydrating drink for your skin that is just like a bubble tea, a milk tea, then make sure you join Style Story's mailing list for your chance to be one of the first to try it. So you will find the mailing list subscriber button over at www.stylestory.com.au. So this is a brand new product that will be launching on the Style Story website exclusively to Style Story. So you can go and check out the pictures for what it looks like, but it's basically just like a mini version of a bubble tea, but for your face. It's a hydrating drink, a deliciously hydrating drink for your face. So how to do the 7 skins method? Well, one of the things that I will say is that it's really important that you make sure that you choose the right toner for your 7 skins. Otherwise, you can risk irritating your skin, and that's because you're doing 7 layers of it. So I think I will go into some of the things that I look for in a 7 skins toner, but the basic method for how you do it is really quite simple. So after you've cleansed your face, for the first layer of 7 skins, splash some toner onto a cotton pad, and then you can apply it to your face and neck. And then while your skin is still wet, pour the same toner into your hands, and then you can pat a thin layer onto your face. And you basically just keep doing that, a little bit of toner onto your hands and pat it into your face until you feel like your skin is hydrated. That might be 7 steps, it might be 3, it might be just 2, however many you feel is right for your skin and that it doesn't need any more extra hydration. That's basically how you do it. So it's totally customizable to you and your skin. You don't need to feel like, oh, I have to do 7 skins just because it's called the 7 skins method. That's not necessary at all. But if your skin is particularly dry, I have even heard of people doing more than 7 layers. So it's completely customizable to you. And then the last thing you do with the 7 skins method is apply your moisturizing cream over the top. And that's your occlusive layer that will lock in all of the hydration so that it doesn't escape from the skin while you're sleeping. So that's basically it in a nutshell. So it's a really great way of reducing the number of products that you're using in your skincare routine, because you can forget about doing the other steps and just do your toner instead. And that also makes it a pretty good option if you're on a budget. So if you want to cut down on the expense of having an essence and a serum and all of that sort of stuff, you can just find one really good 7 skins toner and then use it to do your hydrating layers instead. A lot of people I know love to do this when they're traveling so that they don't have to take like an entire suitcase full of products with them. So obviously I know not everyone is traveling as much as we would like at the moment because we're in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. But, you know, even if you're going on a domestic holiday, it's a pain to lug around all these different heavy skincare products. So you can just condense your routine and do the 7 skins method when you're on holidays. So the best toners to use. So I think I mentioned that it is really important that you do choose the right formula. The ideal toner for this will be something with little to no alcohol in the formula and something that doesn't have added fragrances and dyes, and try to and avoid anything that has acids in it, because you just do not need 7 layers of acids on your skin. That's not a great idea. So some of the popular products that we have for the 7 skins method, a really classic one that lots of people love is Pyeongchang Essence Toner. So that's the one in a little blue bottle, and Pyeongchang is basically a Korean Oriental medicine style brand that makes hanbang style products. So I think we spoke about hanbang in an earlier episode of the podcast. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. So that's what this is, and it's basically a cruelty-free toner. It's especially formulated for dry and sensitive skin, and it does combine these traditional Oriental medicine ingredients with modern skincare. So that is a really great option. Now, another thing is that because of the popularity of this method of toning, there has been a real boom in Korea in mist type toning products. Mist toners have become really popular because misting just makes it even easier to apply the layers of your toner. And mists are going to be perfect for people with really sensitive skin because they involve a lot less friction on your face. You don't need to rub it in, you don't need to touch your hands onto your face, and you don't need it like the cotton pad. You can just mist them straight on. So one really good product for that, if you want to try a mist toner for your 7 skins, is Applebee's Centella Mist Toner. You can actually use this one on your face and body as well. So it's great for dealing with troubled, sensitive skin wherever it occurs. If you've got like the rough, bumpy red skin, it gives you immediate soothing relief. And it's in a really big formula. It's got quite a lot of product in it, which is another really good thing if you're trying to do the 7 skins method. So they're 2 good ones that I found. Now, the other one is Iunix Vitamin Hyaluronic Acid Vitalizing Toner. So this one has 45% of hyaluronic acid in it, as well as 5% sea buckthorn. And it's just a really beautifully hydrating product. So that makes it perfect for this method of toning, basically. So a couple of things I thought you guys might be interested to know about how people are doing 7 skins in Korea right now. So I have seen a lot of people doing it with both either an essence or a toner. So people are sort of substituting an essence type of product in for a toner. So you can try that if you want to. Now, another really popular thing people are doing is doing what is being called a mini pack. So a pack in Korea is a sheet mask. That's what they call a sheet mask. So people are using this method instead of doing a face mask. And how they're doing it is they're using really, really thin types of cotton pads. So not cotton rounds, not the ones that you use for makeup removal, but really specially designed cotton pads that are perfect for the 7 skins method, and they just keep all the hydration on your face. So I know a couple of brands make these special types of cotton pads, and people are soaking the pad fully in toner and then applying multiple pads all over their face and then keeping that on for as long as you would keep on a sheet mask. So that is something that you guys might like to try as well. That's how people are actively doing the 7 skins method in Korea at the moment. So I know that we talked about, before I get into the second method, which is hopefully going to be a new method for a lot of you, I know we spoke last week about the competition. We have a competition going at the moment to win a $100 Style Story gift voucher. The competition, all you need to do is leave a review for the podcast, and then you'll go into the draw to win it. The competition does close on the 15th of September 2020, so make sure that you leave your review for the podcast before then to go into the draw. And I will quickly read out one of the reviews that has been left for the podcast. This is from Chok Chok Sandy, and she said, "Favorite subject. I really enjoy listening to your podcasts. I absolutely adore everything K-Beauty. So informative. You're such an inspiration. I only just came across your podcast and website in the past week. I have actually dreamed the past 2 years about having my own K-Beauty business. I have no idea where to start. You're my idol." So thank you very much. That is very sweet. And I would love for you guys to leave a podcast review as well. Okay, on to the second method. Now, this one is called the DDak To Method, and it's becoming really popular in Korea at the moment. So what does that mean, dakto? So dakta means to wipe in Korean, and then to means toner. So that's why this method is the DDak To method, because it means to wipe your toner. So how does this differ from the 7 skins method? Okay, so this one is more about exfoliation and removing like dirt and grime and things like that from your skin. And this one is really popular among people who wear makeup. 7 skins is about hydration. So it's not really about exfoliating. It's really not designed to be another step of cleansing, whereas this one is kind of using your toner as another step in your cleansing. And who should use this, or who can use this? So it's good for oily skin. If you have oily skin, then this one is a good one to try. It's okay for dry skin, but it does have the potential to dry your skin out if you're too rough, and then this is not a good one for sensitive skin. So oily skin, good. Dry skin, okay. Sensitive skin, bad, I would say. And that's just because it's going to be way too sensitizing using the cotton pad, which is part of this method, on your face if you have sensitive skin. So how do you do the DDak To method? So you use a cotton pad and you soak it with a special type of toner, and then you really gently rub it all over your face. So this has the double function of cleansing and hydrating the skin at the same time. So like the 7 skins method, the ingredients in the toner are going to be really important for this method as well, because you're essentially massaging it all over your face and neck with the cotton pad. So the other thing is that because you're applying so much product, a lot of the Korean blogs that I've read have said, it's important not to use anything too expensive because you'll be going through a lot more product than you normally would. So the other thing that's interesting to note about this one is because this method has become so popular, there are now heaps of toners available in Korea in offline stores that are like 200 to 500 millimeters of product. And that's especially for this method because they know how much product you're going to be using. So 500 mils, that's pretty heavy. So I'm not sure if it's going to be very economical to ship toner that big from Korea. I'm not quite sure, but do keep a lookout for something that's just a little bit more on the economical side is what I will say. So how do you do the Ducktale method? So you do it straight after cleansing your face while your face is still wet. So don't wipe the water off if there's any water left over on your face after you've been cleansing. You can just go straight in with your Ducktale toner, and you need to follow the natural grain of your skin. So that's how you do it. And you apply it all over your forehead, your cheeks, and follow the natural grain of the skin. In terms of the type of toners to use, water type toners are better for this method. So 2 ones that I would recommend if you're keen to try this out are Iunix Tea Tree Relief Toner, and that one is it's got tea tree in it, 67%, but it's just the leaf extract, not tea tree oil, and it's also got Centella asiatica, 20% of that. So this is a great one to use on oily skin anyway, but it's the perfect water type, and it doesn't have alcohol or anything like that, so it's going to be good for this. And it's quite big as well. I think off the top of my head, I think it might be 200 mils. Don't quote me on that, but it's big. It's quite big, so a little will go a long way, and you can use it multiple times. Another type of toner that I would recommend if you're keen to try this one out is ISN Trees Green Tea Fresh Toner. So this one, again, perfect for oily and combination type skin. It's using the EWG green grade ingredients, and this one is also 100% vegan and cruelty free. So if you're looking for that kind of an option, then this is for you. The pH level is 5.8, so that makes it really good for this type of thing as well, because you're using multiple layers of it. Okay, so that is the Ducktale method, and I'm going to include the link to all of these products and things like that in our show notes for today. So if you're wondering about the spelling of any of these things, then you can go and check the show notes at www.thekoreanbeautyshow.com. And I'll also have links to the products that I'm mentioning as well that are perfect for all of these different methods of toning. Okay, so we are not finished there. There is a third type of method of toning that is trending in K-beauty at the moment, and this is the Chap To method. So why is it called this? So chap is supposed to mimic the sound that you would make as you're patting the toner into your skin, and then to obviously stands for toner. So Chap To. And this is a method of applying toner in your hand and then gently patting it into the skin to help its absorption. And then at the last step of doing this method, you would press your palms into your face until the last of the toner is absorbed. So basically gently patting and then pressing down with your palms to get the last bits in. Now, what toner can you use for this method? So this kind of method is better with a thick type of toner. So anything that has like ceramides in it, a creamy formula, beta-glucan is going to be perfect. And a great one that I found is Lynesia's Cream Skin Refiner. So that is the milky textured product. It's a fairly new release from Lynesia. I think it came out maybe last year or the end of the year before that. So still fairly new, and that is perfect for this method. So they are just 3 of the types of toning methods that people in Korea are using right now. The first one was the 7 skins method. The second one is Ducktale method, and then the third one is Chap To. So I would love to know if you guys are keen to try any of these out. Maybe you've already tried one of them. If so, come and find me on the gram. I am at lauren.kbeauty. Slide into my DMs and let me know which one you're keen to try, which one you have tried. If you have found a good toner for any of these methods, I would love to hear about it. All right, I hope this episode was interesting, guys, and I will talk to you next Tuesday.